court, they had their very clever lawyer argue to a very stupid judge that wasn't OXO on their tower at all. Absolutely not, no. Apparently, they just ordered a random selection of shapes to decorate their tower with. Just so happened that what turned up were circles and crosses that happened to light up in the company colours at night. But the judge believed it. Shame on him. That got thrown out of court, so that is still the best case of free advertising you can find on the Thames today. It's not even owned by OXO anymore. Now this area here we're sailing through now is known as Blackfriars. There used to be a monastery on the north side of the river, and people would see monks walking around in black robes and just started calling it the Blackfriars. So this brand new, very fancy skyscraper on our right hand side, the one with the bump on it, that's going to be #1 Blackfriars when it opens. You can see workmen are abseiling up and down that building. They're putting the finishing touches on it. It should be open in about 2 weeks. It's going to be luxury apartments. We haven't nicknamed that building yet. So far I have heard suggested the Vase, the Baby Bump and the Kim Kardashian, so we'll see which one sticks. I know which one I like best. Far more traditional, beautiful building on our left-hand side. That's St Paul's Cathedral, lit up over there, looking rather lovely. Second largest domed cathedral in the entire world, after St Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. Standing at 365 feet high, 1 foot for every day of the year. Built by Sir Christopher Wren in 1710 to replace the one that burnt down in the Great Fire of London. You'll get some lovely views of the cathedral when we get through these bridges here. These are the Blackfriars bridges, naturally. And as we're going through them, look to both your left and your right-hand sides. You're going to see a set of mysterious red columns. They're just standing there. They're not doing much in particular. They're definitely not supporting anything. Why are they there? Are they giant bird feeding tables? Is this the River Thames' version of Stonehenge? Are they too sponsored by Coca-Cola? In fact, you know what? I'll tell you when we turn around. I will keep you in suspense. It's my last commentary of the day. I'll make sure everyone stays awake. What is a river cruise without a bit of suspense? Right, so yes, we have some more lovely views of St Paul's on our left here. In fact, there are no buildings taller than the cathedral around it. It's protected by a law that says that you must be able to see it at all times from 13 key points in London. It is that important to us. That's why the City of London School on our left here has a glass roof and a glass atrium, so you can see the good hit Croydon from here. Not saying they should, but they could, which is funny if you've been to Croydon. It looked like she would be sold for scrap metal. She got rescued, turned into a floating museum. Now it's all access. That is one of my favourite days out in London. It's brilliant. They let you everywhere. If you've got kids, or you are a kid, or you're a teacher, they do school sleepovers on that ship. They call it Kip on a Ship. Now let your kids sleep in the sailors' quarters. They will let your children fire the guns, which are not loaded, I hasten to add. She was named after where she was built, in Belfast. Her sister was the Titanic. They shared the same boatyard. She did rather better than her sister, obviously. She is still here. There. That is where our Mayor Sadiq Khan meets with the London Assembly. So, yeah, capital's most important decisions are made in there. That brings us very neatly onto Tower Bridge, the most photographed bridge in the entire world. Sorry, San Francisco. Not as old as it looks. Looks older to blend in with the Tower of London on our left here. In fact, people on my left, get your photos of the tower now, just because your views are not as good on our way back, usually. But yeah, Tower Bridge itself only dates back to 1894. All this stonework, purely cosmetic. It's a steel and iron bridge. It has to be. It's a vascular bridge, which means it opens and closes in the middle to let tall ships come in and out. And this used to happen loads, like 39 times a day. Now only a few times a month, really. Check the website if you'd like to see it open. Only takes 3 minutes. I think it's worth it. Oh, very important to wave at Tower Bridge as we go through, though, because Victorian legend says if someone up there waves back at you, you get 5 years good luck. It's definitely worth it. Oh, that was easy. They must be tourists. Thank you, people of London. It is always very embarrassing when no one waves back, particularly during rush hour. No, that legend comes from the fact that when the Victorian sailors would go to sea, that would usually be their very last chance to see their loved ones. So if their friends and family were up there waving at them when they left, then the odds